to find ingredients for healing potions?
Yeah. Let me get this posted up on my faceplace, and I'll go through a quick overview, which will be slightly more detailed, but not too much more than what you just gave.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so basically what happened, Daniel, is you guys went back to Jose and gave him the bad news about the old Alpha team that you guys found in the Dragon's Cave. And although he was slightly saddened about his news, he figured that they were more braggadocious about their skills than they actually had. And as is with mercenaries, sometimes they just don't make it back. So as much as he was sad to see him go, ultimately he seemed to not really care because that's
Did we get retroactive pay?
cool.
Okay.
He then gave you guys a couple of magic bags and a chest that goes in your barracks. And the bags are all connected together. And they hold... Oh, where did I write down how much they hold?
50 pounds.
50 pounds of shared space. So in Roll20, you'll see on a handout a community chest. Oh yeah, it's right there. But I didn't say the capacity on it was 50 pounds. I'm adding that note. So what that does is anything you put in one bag, you can then fish out of another bag or the chest in the barracks.
Oh, cool.
And so it's sort of like a linked bag of holding, but it only has 50 pounds. And anything you put in that's over 50 pounds basically disappears into a shared space somewhere on the ethereal plane. So it has all of the same values as a bag of holding. If you pierce it or whatever, stuff can fall out and break and all that craziness. But the inventory is shared among all the pouches and the chest back in the barracks. So that was all part of your reward for taking over Alpha Team. Your badges that you have now work as message spells between each other and Jose, so you can use that to communicate. It's not quite a message spell because you can't communicate with your mind only. You do actually physically have to speak, so you can't really be sneaky while you do it, but you can use it to communicate with each other as well as Jose, and it's two-way communication. It's not just one way like it was before.
It's walkie-talkie pins.
It's walkie-talkie things, absolutely. Jose then asked you to find basically a way for them to make healing potions, since they're still looking for a good way to manufacture them, because as we learned before, the Empire is getting ready to go to war with the continent to the west across the seas, and they want to be ready. And he told you that there's a lot of rarer ingredients that can be found in the Feywild if you can find a connection on how to get there. That information was then also verified by an alchemist inside the city. I've forgotten her name at this point, but she basically gave you a whole list of flowers and mushrooms and powders that you should look for that are ingredients to healing potions, and told you that she would make you healing potions for cheap if you brought her the ingredients for them. You guys then went to the library, and everyone kind of broke off into study groups and did research on various things. to which I have sent you guys all individual notes about what you found, either through Facebook or Messenger or email or I don't know. There's lots of different ways I was telling you guys how to do things. So that'll be up to you guys to share whatever you wish with whoever you wish from what you found out.
And I shared my information and I think part of Megan's information in the notes that are in the handout area.
Yeah, I did. We did add a common notes place where people can edit and add information to it in the handouts, as well as figured out on your character sheet. If you click on it once and bring up where you see the icon, you can click on edit, and there's like a bio and info section there where you can make your own notes if you want to leave notes inside of Roll20 instead of taking them somewhere else if you took them at all. So there's 2 in-app places to make notes if you want to. And I think that is all of the important stuff that happened last week.
Cool.
Yeah. So after you guys had gone to the I think we ended at the library. So just for continuity's sake, we're going to say after you guys did your research, you went and got something to eat, you went back to bed, and you guys wake up in the barracks the next morning. And that's where we'll start. You guys will be, except I just moved everything that I shouldn't have done.
I'm taking a hot tub this morning.
How'd you end up with 2 of you again, Daniel?
I'm hanging out with myself.
I guess so.
Oh, now there's 3 of me.
Now there's 3 of you. I'm going to get rid of this one off to the side. I guess those 2 are the same, so whatever. Yeah. So the morning is yours. You guys can do with it as you wish.
I share the info I gathered with the group.
What'd you gather?
I also share the info. It's a lot. I'm not going to type it all in the notes right now.
You have to type it all.
I will not.
How do we know what it is?
I found a couple ways to possibly enter different planes like the Feywild. I just have no clue what any of this means or where we'd find any things. Things like spells to traverse the planes, gate stones, whatever that is. Veiled portals that exist or don't exist depending on certain conditions. I just hit stuff. I don't understand this magic crap.
Bill, yours was a little ambiguous, so I'll go ahead and kind of relay what you found out. Bill did a lot of research on Feywild creatures and you know what sort of things you should expect to run into. So that'll come more into effect as you're venturing in the Feywild. When you start running into creatures, you're going to know some of the resistances or vulnerabilities based upon the research that he did. But it was way too broad to actually spell it all out. So his was a little more vague. So I'll kind of just throw that out there. Megan, you had a lot of stuff. I don't know how much of that's going to be public knowledge. So later you'll just have to figure out what you want to share and what you don't. Unless you just want to openly share it all, and then I can go on a speech.
Not right now.
Okay.
What you hiding?
It's about a Fae guy, and he was kind of a Dark Prince person, and his lover / enemy.
Hmm.
I'm not really sure the connection. I mean, obviously they're part of the Feywild, but I don't know the connection yet.
Sounds pretty sus. I think Megan's the imposter.
I mean, if you really
Wrong
want, I could
game.
type the whole thing into the notes.
Hey Chuck, sorry, the dogs are going crazy. Did you mention the ways I found in? Was that included in the summary?
Oh, not really.
Okay, well, let me review my notes real quick, and I'll say what I found at the library.
I think, Nate, that you found out basically the same exact information I found out.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. There's a way if we find a gate, but I don't know where it is. There's a spell, and that's about it. Still can't find it.
Boom, 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 boom.
I sent it to you through Facebook Messenger, Nate.
Yeah, I can't find Facebook Messenger. I never open it. It just pops up when I get messages.
That help?
There it is. Thank you, Chuck. Yep. 3 ways to get to the plane. There is a spell called Plane Shift. There's a Rift Stone, which is a 1-use stone that's very rare, or a Rift Gate. It's magically the Rift Gate is magically created and can fizzle out after time. It takes years to create, but I didn't know where to find one, so my researcher couldn't tell me where to find a Rift Gate. So our options are a spell called Plane Shift, a Rift Stone, or a Rift Gate.
Do you think maybe Jose might have any information on where we could learn about finding a rift stone or a rift gate?
We might need to do some favors for a guild, something to figure this one out, because they seem pretty rare. They don't seem like something... I mean, we can check with Jose, but I'm guessing he won't know.
Maybe we can find Bob again.
Bob.
Wow. Who was Bob again?
He was the wizard that we gave Baba Yaga's spoon to.
Oh, that's right.
At the end last game, there was a map of the plane on Esmeralda's wall.
That's a good point, Kevin. I thought Bob was the guy.
You mean Zelda?
Without any legs that we left in the river.
That girl from the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I
Esmeralda?
think you mean Zelda. I think you mean Zelda, not Esmeralda.
Oh.
Her name was Esmeralda.
You're talking about one of the gargoyles?
Our little gypsy live-in friend here is named Zelda, not Esmeralda.
That is correct. Your little gypsy friend is named Zelda.
Okay, I'm gonna. So are we at the bar
You guys are currently in your barracks,
in our barracks?
having food. Yep.
So I am going to leave because I want to go see some trees.
What a weirdo.
I show him my wood.
No, not that kind. Thank you, Bard, though.
Oh, look at the little sapling.
Do we know where Zelda works?
She has told you where she works. She works at the Mary Boar, I think is what it's called. Yeah, the Mary Boar.
The Dwarven facility.
Yes, it is a dwarven inn. It's
Are these
On the-
working hours? It's downtime.
well, it's early in the morning, so I mean,
How do we get out of here?
oh, you
Hey,
can't.
Shadow.
I can't leave.
Just put yourself over by the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't physically. Here, I'll get you. Will over here to the right, and then up. Those are the stairs out.
Oh, okay. I left. I'm busy.
Yep, you left. It'll take you about half hour or 45 minutes to get far enough away from the humdrum of society.
Right.
So, I'm sorry, Kevin, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you talking to with Ryan?
I'm gonna go knock on Zelda's door, see if she's here.
And if she isn't, I'm guessing Ryan's going to break into her room.
And so
He could, but Ryan's not in Roll20 right now.
That's just because I'm being sneaky.
Oh.
All right, so you go and you knock on the door. About 3/4 of the way through your knocking, you hear some rustling from the room, so you know that she is in the room. And about, I don't know, 30 seconds or later after that, you hear a groggy hello?
Hey, Esmeralda or Zelda. we need to talk to you real quick if you could. Out to the common room. I know you're sleeping, and I apologize for bugging you.
Not anymore. I'll be there soon. Have coffee ready.
What?
We have the means to make coffee in here.
Absolutely. That's one of the first things she stocked in your guys' house was a way to make coffee.
Do I know how to do it?
Make a survival check.
That's the most appropriate off-the-cuff check you've ever had, Chuck.
Thank you, sir. It works on many levels. You have no earthly idea. You know what a coffee bean smells like, and you find coffee beans. And so you just scoop water out of the hot tub. You put like 3 coffee beans in the cup, and you set it on the table.
Okay.
And as far as you know, you've successfully made coffee.
Coffee is served.
I'm just staring at him, just agape. Like, are you serious? Have you never had coffee?
Make a survival roll. You're fairly certain he hasn't done it right, but you're not entirely certain what he did wrong.
Can I say, let me handle this? But I think I should be able to make like a medicine roll.
Well, while you guys, Bill thinks he's done it perfect. Bill
We
actually
all
takes
drink
a
beer
sip.
for breakfast.
Bill takes a sip and goes, "Yep, that's good coffee."
I actually get a bonus to that.
And Nate, you're damn sure it's right as well.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
it's actually a 9.
I take
chug
one
it.
of like the 4 coffee beans that are on the table and try eating it raw.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm succeeding at eating it raw.
He's trying to chew it up and spit out the husks. Who knows? So in the middle of this, while you guys are all grouped around the table trying to make a cup of coffee, Zelda kind of stumbles in. You can tell she's a bit groggy, but she's gotten herself put together. She's dressed like she's dressed for a normal day, and she's like, yeah. What's Well, that's new. And she sees the big chest up in the against the wall. Where'd that come from?
It's something that the House of Neffen gave us. It's tied to these
I don't
satchels.
know whose cat that is, but I want it.
Who let the cat into our barracks?
Sorry.
All right. So, well, this is hard to say, but I'll go ahead and say it.
Get out.
Somebody has infiltrated your private space. The other day, I don't know exactly what day it was. Chuck, I probably would specify how many days it's been. I caught Shadow in your room, and I went in and escorted Shadow out of your room,
He was sniffing your panties.
and
She kind of gets this good look on her face, but then she walks over and picks up the mug that's on the table.
because you deserve your privacy as much as anybody. So I wanted to tell you that, and this is the first time I think we've been in the barracks together since then, or at least that I've known. And secondly, although it was an invasion of your privacy, I couldn't help but notice the map you had on your wall. And we are in a unique situation in which you might have some information that we could use, because we need to travel to the Feywild.
You see a red glow around her hand, and there's a little bit of steam starting to rise out of her cold cup of water. So, hang on. He snuck into my room. You got him out of my room, and now you want to know about the art that's on my wall?
She snuck into your room, and I moved her from your room. Yes. And I don't know, maybe you don't even know, but what you have hanging on your wall is a map of the plains, and that's why I'm asking.
Oh, yeah.
That old thing.
I mean, what do you need to know about that?
How to get to the Feywild?
Well, I mean, a map isn't really going to help you get there. The map of the plains more so shows how they are connected to each other. It's more of a representational.
Well, that's fantastic. That's more information than we have. How is the Feywild connected to this plane?
So the Feywild and the material planes are very close to one another. So close that it's rumored, well, proven, that there's places where the veil between the two is rupturable, I guess, under the right circumstances. So if you were to find the right place where the veil is weak, then one night every month when the moon is at its fullest, the moonbeams would hit a part on a brook, and if you walked through at that point, you would essentially cross from one plane to the other, kind of thing.
Yeah. Tell us where that's at.
And how would you get back?
That's what I
Well,
was thinking.
again, this is me just kind of explaining what it is. I don't actually know where these connections are, but these two planes are probably the closest in proximity to each other. Now there are there are wizards that are able to cast a plane shift spell that can take you from one plane to another. Why are you, if you don't mind me asking, why are you trying to get to the Feywild?
We were tasked to find these ingredients, and I spell out what we learned about from the wizard, the witch, about what we need to find.
So you're trying to go and get, you're trying to go and gather ingredients to make potions. You're not working for her, are you?
No, we're at the house of on.
Sounds an awful lot like her kind of stuff. Um,
Yeah, she
So-
tried to kill us, remember?
that's what she does.
she
She
did
would
kill
probably-
WilWa.
She would probably know where the entries were. Now, way up north. What is that place called? Hang on. And she walks out and goes back. She goes back to her room. And a couple of minutes later, she comes back into the room, and you can tell that the cup in her hand now actually smells more like coffee than anything you'd ever done before. And she's got a slight grin on her face and a book in her other hand. And she sits down at the table and opens up a book, and she starts going through some of the pages. And she goes, up north in the Grand Harbor, it looks like they have or had a rift gate up there. That's probably going to be your easiest way across.
What do they normally require as a fee to use the lift gate?
I don't know. I mean, this book is quite old. It may not even be there anymore. But I do
Why did
know.
Andre the Giant show up momentarily?
But I do know that it was there at some point.
Anybody want a peanut?
Hey, Fabio. Thanks for watching, buddy. So I mean, I know somebody also asked about the ways to get back. The ways to get back are kind of the same as the ways to get there. You would have to find, a place of the veil that's been pierced. You'd have to be able to find someone who's willing to cast the spell. You'd have to find a rift gate home. Potentially, some of the fairy creatures might send you back, but usually they ask for things. Sometimes it's big things. Sometimes it's small things like a four-leaf clover. Strange folk, the Fae. They're odd creatures. We'll say that between her reading through the book and giving you some information, and you guys asking a couple things back and forth, about an hour has passed. And Will, you've returned from your forest outing at this point.
Okay. So we're in our barracks.
Yeah. You've just come down the stairs and started walking back towards the common room. So I mean, I wish I could give you guys a little more, but I don't know how to get there, and I think that's kind of the main thing you're asking about.
We'll go check out the Rift Gate, and you've been super helpful. Thank you.
How far away is it?
I tell him where it's at.
Make a history check, Will, or a nature check, whichever's higher.
Nature. Everywhere.
Oh wow. Hold on, I'll get you some.
They call me Mr. Nature.
Who does?
1.5 days per foot, 55 feet. So, 72 day hike to the northeast from here.
Well, that's not close.
Is that different than Bosner Springs?
Say what?
Where I'm from?
Oh. Yeah, you're the other place you were talking about is only about a week off to the east.
Okay. So I know where there is a, what do you call it, a portal? The Fey portal.
Yeah, like a veiled portal.
I know where there is I know where a veiled portal is. And I've communed with my deity, and I got permission that we can use it.
How close is that?
It's where I'm from. I guess it's about a week away.
Roughly.
What was your
That's
deity?
a whole lot. That's a whole lot better than 72 days.
Who was your deity?
Depends on better.
My deity is, of course I know who my deity is. It is,
Rumpelstiltskin.
is it Titiana?
Close.
Titania.
Titiana?
Titania.
Titania?
Do we
Titiania?
trust that deity?
I do.
What's her
Titia.
connection to the Feywild?
She's got a pretty strong connection to the Feywild. She is Fey.
That's for her to know, and you
Oh,
find out.
well. If she's straight up of the Feywild, that sounds like a pretty good person who would know their way in and out of there.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know where there's one about a week away, and we can use it, but we have to keep it a secret. That's the only condition.
Zelda won't tell anybody.
Well, we probably won't tell Zelda, or Megan. I can't remember what your name is.
You're not going to tell me I'm right here.
Zelda's like, yeah, I'm
I was
here.
going to say, Zelda's still here, too.
Well, I mean, I won't tell Zelda where it is exactly. I mean,
Oh,
That's
okay.
fine. Keep your secrets.
it's an old family secret I have to keep. And
Megan, where's your avatar?
I don't know. I'm in a room.
we're not allowed to take too much either, but so we might not tell Ryan. But everybody else.
Yeah, that's probably good. Good call there.
I go buy some generic jewelry and go find 4-leaf clovers and stuff. I asked Will to help me find 4-leaf clovers.
Okay.
Did you find your? Yeah, you found your stuff.
And any mysterious thingies that the Fae people might like.
Should I read this?
I mean, that's up to you, buddy.
So, oh, right. I remembered. So, Titiana, also known as Tiandra, was the summer queen of the Feywild, leader of the summer Fae, and possibly the mightiest of all Archfey. She's also known as the Fairy Queen and the Queen of Light, and she leads the Seelie Court.
The what?
The Seelie Court.
What's
The
that?
court about mattresses.
The what?
Right.
I have to fight myself from metagaming this.
It's a little early for you to be drunk, you know.
I'm
Well,
not
early
drunk
in the
at
morning.
all.
I mean, in Will's defense, he doesn't really understand all this either because he just like she kind of chose him as a champion, so he doesn't have a lot of information on this. He knows who she is because she's
Ooh,
been
ain't you
talking to him,
fancy.
but he doesn't necessarily understand the inner workings and the politics of the Feywild.
Right.
Daniel, if you would make me a what would this be? Nature or history check, whichever one is better for you.
Seelie is right, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
The Happy Court.
Sealy.
yeah, yeah. Pretty much the Seelie Court. There's basically two types of Fae. There's light Fae and there's dark Fae.
Yeah, these are the Light Fae.
The light Fae are the Seelie and the dark Fae are the Unseelie. And
Summer and winter.
they don't see eye to eye on many things, but they both kind of rule the Feywild seemingly together in a very uneasy truce that is often broken and put back together again. And so Tiandra or Titiana is the ruler of the good Fae, which would be your typical like unicorns, Pegasus, elves, fairies, those types of ones that you hear about that venture forth and do good deeds for people.
Cool.
So I'm sorry, I was jumping into lore. So what was the plan?
You were what?
I was dumping into lore, so I wasn't really paying attention to what you guys had decided you were going to do. I know you said that invitation was open, but I'm not too sure. I know Zelda wasn't invited.
The invitation is open to the party.
Except Ryan.
And Ryan, but he's got to be good.
Oh, well.
It's difficult.
I was asking a bit much, I think.
You all about to get up in some druid shit.
Yeah, let's do it then.
I'm good
Chuck,
all the time.
Since
as
I
long as
have
it
spent
benefits.
so much of my life meditating and studying on a mountain, would I know anything about the fairy folk?
Have you seen Shakespeare?
I mean,
More than I ought to.
you don't have a lot of personal interactions with them, but you get the feeling from what you've read and witnessed and heard, given your background and everything like that. They're tricksy people. They like odd things. They enjoy making deals. The good ones.
Would I realize that it's a bad idea to steal from them?
Well, it might not always necessarily be a bad idea to steal from them. That'd be more of a personal.
How bad would it be if you got caught?
Stealing get caught, yeah.
If you were to be the sense of justice in the Fae is very turmoil-y. So yes, getting caught doing bad things to the Fae can potentially have dire consequences if that's what you're going for.
I lean over to Ryan and I say, whatever you do, don't get caught being you.
Oh, we're in the wrong channel. That's why.
What?
Is there no audio in this channel, Will?
No, my stream kit thing wasn't working. I was trying to figure it out.
For
Drag
the
us all up to the main channel. Will that make it easier?
It would help if we all went to the games channel.
I got it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
hey,
Yeah,
no,
so-
I can do that too.
So all that lore, everything we said, never got put on your stream.
No, it totally did, but just the little thing that pops up that shows who's talking.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah, I had to take that down because of this whole the Among Us server.
understood. All right. Okay, so Bill, go ahead and give me an investigation check, if you would, Bill. And Will, are you willing to help Bill go and find?
Yes.
All right, so do it with advantage.
I'll help Bill do whatever. Dang.
Yeah. Without a problem, you find four-leaf clovers. You find glass baubles. You find
Baubles.
different types
Used condoms.
of berries.
Silverfish? What are you looking for this stuff for?
Why would you want to find Why would you want to find silverfish?
You find lots of, with a 23, lots of oddities. How much do you want to spend on this stuff? You tell me how much you want to spend, and I'll figure out how much of it.
What's up? Oh!
2 gold.
Why?
What are you doing?
Okay.
You took my crown.
You get quite a bit of miscellaneous stuff and plants and herbs. You're not going to get very many stones or gems with a 2 gold purchase.
Does Kevin know where to go get some stones and gems? There's shiny.
Here, roll real quick. I need to step away for a second.
He's got poop.
This is.
Oh, he's leaving when he's actually useful.
That's not very nice.
I mean, there is jewelry. There are jewelers where you can pick up stuff.
I'm a
but,
master
it's-
jeweler, so
We'll go find us some cheap jewels.
Hey, Bill,
Why do we need cheap jewels?
does it need to be cheap?
Yeah, what
Not
is this?
just be shiny and stuff that they don't know what it is.
Because they like shinies?
If we got to trade for stuff,
But
we
they're
need something
not
to trade.
dumb.
what would I roll for that, Chuck? Insight?
They're not dumb. They just like shiny stuff.
we're going to stick with investigation because you're looking through the city to find something specific. But I was going to say, with your background, we'll give you advantage.
You're amazing.
He takes you to a jeweler. He goes, "You want shiny gems? Here's the place."
Here's your helmet.
I look for a place that sells like children's
Got
stuff,
your helmet.
not expensive shit.
Got some jewels. I don't know what I got, but
I got the old family jewels.
Choose the right helmet.
it says this one jewel.
Oh well, I guess we'll go for the jewels. Is there any that's not very expensive?
Can I try?
Yeah. You can, how much gold do you want to spend on jewels?
Not a lot, like a gold or 2.
Look at princess.
Can you guys hear all that?
Mhm.
Not a lot.
Yep.
I could
Yep.
mute.
It's making me sick.
I'll mute.
Wow.
Little princess. Why do you let your wife talk to you that way?
We know you want to be a princess, Bill.
The cheapest actual like polished, good looking gem goes for basically 10 gold each, and you can get. I mean, they're just regular like
Yeah, I don't want that shit.
quartz, lapis lazuli, obsidian, tiger eye.
I don't want that shit.
You can get glass.
Lapis is going for that cheap? Dang.
Just a cut gem. There's nothing. No, it's not cut into anything. It's just a polished gem.
I'll go get some wine bottles and stuff.
You can get glass. You can get a couple like just glass shards or glass discs for less. A gold worth of
Yeah, I'll get
glass bits.
Are there any stores here in town that might sell something like a pocket watch?
There. No, not really. Timepieces aren't really a big thing right now because it basically changes with the season. They just basically use the sun for time, and there's not like really a wrist sundial tool here.
How about anything that just has like cogs and mechanical parts?
Sure. I mean, you can find a tinkerer that's got things. I mean, the reason they don't have a timepiece is they don't really have time. I know that's weird to say, but there's not a
Well,
need.
it's medieval era sort of a thing.
No, I get it. But this city,
I would like to find a tinkerer who can make me just like or who might have a simple device, just using some gears, just to have them move around and maybe move a little thing in circles or something like that.
okay. Okay, well, let me sort of rephrase that. Yes, you can find like a pocket device that will help you keep track of time. Like it'll count out like an hour, but it doesn't keep track of like a 24-hour day. It's more of like a mechanical hourglass.
Right. That's fine. It's not that I care about telling time with it. It's more I'm looking for something mechanical that will perhaps wow the Fae. Something they wouldn't see in the Feywild.
Yeah,
so even if it's something as simple as like a little ballerina or a little dancer being moved around by gears.
Well, there's definitely like a little music box that plays music.
That's what I want.
Okay. That's going to be 1 gold for the thing.
No problem. If they have anything similar to that as well, I want to grab a few of these things.
They do have the little, like I said, the mechanical timepiece. They have a 1 hour one that's 1 gold, a 2 hour one that's 2 gold. It doesn't go any higher than that because it just gets too big to not fit in a pocket anymore.
I'll take the music box and the 1 hour timepiece.
Okay, so that'd be 2 gold for those things. Cool. Anybody else have anything they want to grab before Will kind of lead you out?
Nope, the two of me are ready to go.
Did you say I'm in charge?
Absolutely, Megan. You can get one of those for like 2 silver.
What are you doing?
We are putting all of our faith
Megan
in
asks
you, Will.
Megan asked a good question since she is a drow. Does the sun of the Feywild affect her the same way the sun of our plane does, or is there any way for us to know that?
Well, it would, because it's light sensitivity. It's not necessarily like
True.
Superman and the sun. However, the Feywild, wild is in its name. It's not like this big giant open plain with green hills and no cover. I mean, there are day and night cycles, and it's mostly wooded area. So the possibility of running into direct sunlight, I mean, it could happen, but it's not like you're stuck out in the middle of the sun an entire day and night long. The Fey creatures like the good ones and the bad ones both appreciate the wild side of the Feywild. So there's a lot of foresty type terrain.
Nature.
Nature.
We're about
And if
to get
anybody
up
in the
nature.
future ever watches this stream that actually knows what the Feywild is like, don't blame me because I'm making all this shit up.
I'm going off of your version of it. I don't want to metagame it, so
I'm gonna go put.
That's smart because I'm making it all up.
I see 2 Daniels again.
Yeah, we're both ready to go.
Dos
Cool.
Dannies.
All right. So you guys get your miscellaneous things together, and you guys head off, I believe, towards Will's childhood home.
Yeah. We're going to my place. I'll show you guys my bed.
Oh, he said this before.
That's where all the magic happened, right?
Yeah. I'll show you where the magic happens.
You still got those magazines you told us about before?
I might. It gets pretty wild.
Now, is Will's home to the north or to the south?
It's to the southeast. He comes from Bosner Springs.
Bosner Springs.
I could force. There it goes. The one button I didn't use. And we do not have Hall tonight. So let's see. I would like Ryan. Oh, you're not in. You're not. Yeah, you are. Ryan, I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please. All right. Cool.
Is that good?
It's an 11.
Oh.
It's awesome. It's more than 10. It's average.
It is more than 10. All right. So, Will, I guess give me a survival check as you start leading people down towards Bosner Springs.
You guys are in good hands.
With advantage, because you're going from a big city to your home. That's an 11. It's better than a 10, as Ryan just said.
Yep. Thank God.
Cool. All right, so you guys take off. You got your horses. I'm assuming, are you taking your horses with you?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to walk that far.
Okay, cool. So you guys mount up and you head down towards Bosner Springs.
Going down to Bosnia, gonna have ourselves a time.
Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. As you guys are heading down in that direction, I would like, I guess, Will, since you're sort of leading the pack, go ahead and make me a perception with advantage because people are helping you.
I'm in charge.
You are kind of in charge.
I'm gonna need all your monies.
Nope, that's not the one I need. All right, cool. So we are good. Sorry.
No problem. Whoops.
As you're traveling and it's getting kind of late, you guys start to do your camping thing like you would normally do, and Will, out of the corner of your eye, as you guys are starting to set up camp, you see a fair bit away in the distance a very familiar thatched roof that you believe is moving in the horizon.
Uh-oh.
Hide.
Guys, I see Baba Yaga's hut.
I bet we could take her this time.
I don't think so.
If there's two of me, we can't lose.
They killed Will last time.
Is she going in the same direction?
She is heading, it does appear like she is heading south, so she is going in the general direction that you're going.
Uh-oh.
Maybe she needs to get the materials for healing potions and whatnot from the source, just like we do.
Well, I wouldn't think she knows where this one is. It's my family's job to keep it secret.
If she's Fae, though, she might know.
True.
Wait, what?
Will's keeping secrets.
It's not
Telling
my
you, we're just gonna
secret.
have to kill her.
It's a Wilson family secret.
Now she is behind you at this point. So as she's traveling south,
Oh, she's behind us.
she's getting, I mean, she's off a ways to the east, but she is, I don't know if she's coming right for you. I don't want to say that, but she's heading, you're south of where she is, and she is traveling south. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. So we should keep moving?
Or just let her pass without any issues?
Be sneaky, maybe? Oh, wait a second, Will. She had your head. What if she was somehow able to get secrets from you?
Uh-oh.
She secretly gave Will head.
Well, of course.
No, I secretly gave her my head.
I don't think it was that much of a secret because they found the rest of your body without it.
Oh, right.
Wait, would that mean she still has his head? But he's got a head now? I'm real confused by this.
There's two Daniels. There could be two Will heads.
Will you have to fight your own head at some point?
I hope so. That'll be a battle.
But it can do monk stuff.
Oh, right.
And we have to stand there and decide which one we want to shoot.
Oh. It's me. I'm the real one. Remember I was...
The one with the whole body is the real one.
Right.
The one that's just a head is also the real one, but the old real one.
You know how I've always been a druid?
As far as you know, yes.
As long as the head one doesn't grow wings and try to attack us, I think we'll be okay.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, her hut could just keep walking, right? If it wants to, theoretically.
Do we not remember that he wasn't this person before?
No, you guys do.
I'm still me, I'm just different.
So how is this your childhood home if you just became you?
Well, it's still my childhood home, right?
Yeah, okay.
No, because you were born with us.
What?
I don't know, I'm confused.
It is rather confusing. Will, do you want to keep any of this secret, or do you want me
No, you're fine.
So, part of his rebirthing is he basically always felt he doesn't feel like he's different now than he has been. As far as he's concerned, he's just always been this druid. Like, he does not remember walking up and punching things as a monk. He doesn't remember being a monk. He has all of his memories intact. He is still him, but as far as he's concerned, he's just always been a druid. So whereas you guys specifically remember him walking up and punching people in the face, he remembers casting Sacred Flame instead. Like, all those memories of actual doing monk things have been replaced with doing druid things that actually didn't happen. And I know that makes it much less confusing.
It's like you've got all these memories of turning into a snake, but you've never been a snake before in your life.
Nope. I remember running through the wet grass.
So is this old home of his
Falling a step
actually-
behind?
Is it actually what?
I was saying, is this old home of his actually his old home where he grew up as not a druid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Understood.
So, are you guys bedding down? Are you pushing through without rest? Are you hiding? What's the idea?
Well, she's not coming towards us, right?
Well, she's kind of going parallel.
Right.
She's behind you, and she's kind of going parallelly south. So it's not like she's
going to pass us, but from a distance.
presumably, yes.
So I think if we just try to, I think we're okay if we just chill here, but do it, kind of on the down low.
Just chill on the down low?
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Because, I mean, if we keep pushing on, well, like I was trying to say, theoretically her hut doesn't have to stop. So if we keep going to try to outrun her, I don't know that we can.
It doesn't have to rest.
Little chicken legs go on forever.
Presumably, yes. I mean, you don't know the anatomy of a living hut, but
right. That would be my guess anyway. Unless it stops to, tear people's heads from their bodies.
True. That's a bad scene. I'm down with that. We just chillax.
Okay. In that case, what I'd like you guys to go ahead and do is we're gonna do a group stealth check to see how you guys can relax incognitoli. So everybody roll me stealth, and we'll keep an eye on what the average results are.
This is gonna be a piece of cake.
It seems like we got most of our horrible rolls out earlier.
I guess so.
Not too soon.
Soon Megan came along.
Uh-oh.
She pulled a Schlegel.
One of us had to.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like I got 3 more coming. Oh, Kevin had to go. Let's make his for him.
Is Kevin gone?
Well, I think that's like one of the lowest stealths I've ever seen Ryan roll.
In any game ever.
Am I gonna have the highest roll for once?
Oh, I hit Kevin's thing and I thought it came up with 15.166. I was like, what the hell is that?
That's me doing the math. There's your math, I think.
Is that our averages?
I'm glad to help the party out when it matters.
Yep.
I thought the map was N-1.
Huh?
Trying to get you to fudge the numbers so Chuck wouldn't realize it.
Well,
N-1, make it 6.
I thought it was just an average.
No, it's good.
But Chuck would have never known.
True. He's probably checking with a calculator.
You would think I'd be that prepared.
You're using your Casio wristwatch.
Hell yeah. All right. So you guys kind of are you doing a full night's rest? You don't light a fire. 15 is actually a really good average. So you guys are doing the right things. You put the muzzles in the feed bags on the horses so they don't make too much noises. You didn't make a fire. You've done your best to stay quiet.
We didn't eat beans.
No one ate beans. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 people, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I don't think Bill rolled.
I don't think he did. That's all right. I mean, it's not going to mess the average up too much, anyways. So 7. That comes up as Chris on my list. Chris, can you do me a favor and give me a wisdom save?
Sure thing.
Nice.
Okay. One moment. I've got to look something up.
So I was DMing for my students today, and they spent 2 hours on a fight with 2 displacer beasts.
Wow.
Of course, there were 6 of them versus 2 Category 4 creatures. And they're all level 4, so they had no extra attacks.
All right, Chris. I need some DM knowledge here, just because I want to know. With scrying, it simply says if someone makes their save, the target is not affected, and you can't use it again for 24 hours.
Correct.
Are they aware that they were scryed upon?
Yes.
We are now.
What's scrying?
That was how I understood it too, was that the person they were trying to scry was aware of it.
That's what I thought. And then that's why I just double check the spell, and it doesn't really say specifically that they are.
The only reason I'm saying yes is because scrying is used so much in, say, like Critical Role, And every time that one of their targets has made a save, not only do they know it, but the person who cast it knows that they know it.
Okay. So you were asleep, and you get this throbbing feeling in your head, and you
Time to
wake
change
up
sheets.
and you manage to shake it off, but you know that while you were resting, something tried to scry on you.
I sit bolt upright and I look all around, seeing if I can't see anything in the distance. Who are our magic users?
I'm a druid.
I know me and Daniel cast that one thing.
Yeah, we're warlocks.
Yeah, that.
Do any of you have knowledge of the scrying spell?
The what?
Nope.
I think I have. I don't have it memorized. What was the spell, Chris?
Scrying.
I don't. Yeah, I don't have it memorized. I don't have it.
Because something just tried to see where I was. And didn't get the answer, but something's looking for us. I can guess what it is.
What?
The tax man.
The giant, the evil lady in the giant chicken hut that's a little too close to where we are to be comfortable.
Yeah, it looks like it's just quick internet research. It's not really spelled out and has everything DM specific. So I'm going to say if you succeed, you know it happened.
Okay, so if you say this out loud, the person scrying on you can tell that you said it.
No, he succeeded, so the scry failed.
Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Yes.
But it has been a couple hours, and you guys did see the hut kind of venture. Well, let's see. Megan, pick a number between 1 and 4.
2. 2.
Okay, that's all. Yeah, you guys saw the hut kind of take off not take off, but meander as it has been in the complete opposite direction of where you guys are camping.
I was imagining it running away like the Roadrunner.
No, he
I
wasn't.
think
Russell
we
style.
need to get to Will's home fast.
That is not a cheap spell either. That spell requires at least 1,000 gold pieces. It requires a component worth at least 1,000 gold pieces.
What, are we resing somebody? What are we doing?
No, it was the scrying.
Oh, the scrying.
I have a feeling that that's not going to be a problem for her.
Well, didn't we sell her spoon for like thousands of gold?
Something like that, yep. To Robert Renfield, I think.
I don't think he gave us his full name. It was just we just kept calling him Bob.
Yeah, but you guys figured out his name during the research you did.
I didn't think we had confirmation that was the same guy. We just kind of figured it was.
Well, surprise. Robert Reynolds is Bob the
Confirmed.
Wizard. It's confirmed.
Chuck, is your home? You say they've been keeping this gate secret. Is it safe from prying eyes?
I'm assuming you meant Will, not Chuck.
Yes, I'm sorry. I meant Will.
Yeah, it's pretty safe. It's not in plain view.
Are there any magical protections on it, though?
Not really. More just physical protections. Or, I don't know at least.
And we're still like 2 days away from it.
About that, yeah.
We need to get going. And if there's anything any of you can do to help us block out unwanted watchers, like raise our wisdom, we should do that as often as possible.
Why do you think we need to get a move on all of a sudden?
Because a witch was just trying to scry me and find out where we were.
Now, technically, you don't know it was her.
We just saw a giant chicken hut of a lady that can teleport.
Also, if you're aware of it, too,
I can put two and two
she
together.
didn't succeed, so
It could be a franchise, like the Chicken Hut franchise.
Did you just say we?
Well, I kind of have to wonder why or how she even randomly came to this spot in this great big world. We have no known reason for going this way.
Did that witch take anything from us when she was attacking us?
Will's head.
She took my head.
Oh yeah. Wow. Wow. I guess I can't metagame, but you guys that know the scrying spell should read it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know the scrying spell. I will read it out loud to everybody.
There are massive bonuses for knowing your target, having a body part of the target, things like
yeah,
that.
she didn't use Will as the target though. She used Chris, or whomever it was used Chris. Chris was the target, not Will.
Okay, well, she still has a likeness. She knows of him. Her to the target. Yeah, there's all kinds of bullshit that adds to it.
Yeah, I mean, Chris got a 21, though. So
Basically, scrying, it looks to me like scrying is hard if you don't really know what you're looking for and you're searching for something. But if you know your target or have met them before, it's like really easy because there's all these modifiers.
The more familiar you are with them, the easier it is to get a connection. But if they succeed in saving against it, you're locked out from that person for 24 hours. But there's a lot more of us here than just me. She could have easily scryed on one of us, and we would have never known if she succeeded.
Well, somebody else already rolled a wisdom save.
But we don't know that happened in our world.
that is correct.
Well, yeah, but half of this goddamn conversation's fucking metagame anyway. So I mean,
Right.
Okay, if we're gonna go straight metagame, Ryan failed his wisdom save. She shows up because she scryed him.
right?
She's
But
gonna
I'm
pinpoint us.
just saying, like we've been jumping in and out of metagaming for
Yeah,
like the
it's-
last 15 minutes.
We've
So
been doing it. We've been doing it for the past like 7 game sessions, and that's okay.
right.
I don't mind it here and there. I appreciate it when it's attempted. But no, I get what you're saying. I mean, technically, you guys don't know that she tracked you the first time, if it was her. And now you know somebody tried to track you and failed. So, I mean, you could think that, hey, I mean, logically, using meta or not, you get the idea that if this probably isn't the first time she's tried it. It's just it's the first time she's been caught.
So here's a question then. Does scrying work across planes?
None of us know.
Nate should know that.
I wouldn't know that.
Well, if you know the spell, you would know that, wouldn't you?
It doesn't say that it does or does not.
Or it means it does.
Are you sure?
I guess that means it's up to Chuck.
Because I mean, if we could,
Oh no, it has to be on the same plane of existence.
I was going to say, the very first sentence, Nate.
Well, I was looking at the components and the duration and the saves. I wasn't looking at the description. Yeah, you can see in here a particular creature that you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you.
You didn't even skip the bad stuff. You just skipped the first sentence.
So now I'm coming around to what Philos was saying, and we
It's
just
the
hightail
8th
it.
line on the spell description, not the first sentence. The 8th line.
So I'm coming around to what Philos is saying then, and we just hightail it to the Feywild. Because it's not distance we need to put, between us and her. It's planes.
Good point. Let's hoof it.
All right, cool. So you guys gather yourselves up from the rest you had in your quick conversation about Crispy's nightmare and relevation, and you guys push back forward. So, if you would give me another survival with advantage, Will.
Yes,
see how quickly and directly you can get to your home. Pretty darn good.
That's not bad.
It is still about 2 days out. So, do you guys want to camp one more night, or do you want to take a level of exhaustion and push through?
Push it.
Boom.
I'm all for pushing through.
Yeah, I think so.
One level exhaustion isn't that bad.
Yeah. We can rest on the other side.
Okay. So you guys travel on through the entire day and the night, and the next day, it gets to be close to the evening, and you get to where Will's house is.
Cool. You guys want to see my game collection?
Is that like
Games are for children.
innuendo for your penis?
It's totally not. That's the idea. It's not innuendo.
Look at this picture. It's not.
Man. Boom, 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 boom. Where's
What a quaint home.
Where's that one thing, Chuck?
I'm working on it. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Go to IKEA and get a new rug.
That's my rug, man.
Are you having to build a calyx or something, Will?
Yep. You want to see my calyx?
Hey, Will, did you build the ramp in front of your house the same way Chuck's is built?
No, this isn't as well done. Boom, 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 boom.
You guys come up into a very small clearing in the middle of a forest. It's been overgrown all around. The grounds seem relatively untended. Make somebody, I don't care who, somebody make an insight check with advantage.
Yeah, not me.
I'll try it.
13.
It's my house.
It's broken down and overgrown on purpose. It's this way so it blends into the environment. Like they've let the grounds grow up around it so it doesn't stick out. Like it seems this whole place is built around being as invisible as possible.
Yeah, it's the same excuse we use with our HOA. We're just trying to be invisible, guys.
And it's pretty much into the evening at this point when you guys come up to the front of the home.
All right, WilWa, what we doing?
Going in, I guess. I'll go in my house.
Okay. Well, you should be on the map and have the ability to do so.
I'm gonna go look at my favorite rug. Who's that?
There are people here?
Hi.
I'm guessing that's Will's mom and dad.
As you guys walk in the door, instantly the two people inside, one kind of off near a workbench and one sitting at a table, look and let me just do a oh yeah. They instantly turn and they're like, WilWa! And they start walking up towards you, questioning the drow that's jumped on their bed, but just moving towards the center. Totally side-eyeing. And they walk directly towards you and give you like a massive hug. You have to tell me how long it's been since you've been back here. I don't know.
Months.
All right. Well, it's been months. We haven't seen you in so long.
How you doing?
You've changed clothes and body style since the last time you were here.
What?
That's a new head too, can you tell?
Are they the same race as Will?
Let me see what Will is now.
What else?
There is a human and an elf, so possibly. Not really.
They're my peeps.
Well, the last time you were here, it doesn't matter. You were just bulkier, but I mean that happens to us all as we get older.
Well, let me talk to them a minute about what Titsanya said and what our plan is, because we've got to hurry.
Okay. Will, I would like you to make a wisdom save.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Shit.
Uh-oh.
Womp womp.
Wonk, wonk, wonk.
Okay. So you have a conversation with your mom and dad about about everything that's going on. How Tatiana gave you permission to use the portal to enter the Feywild. I don't know how much detail you're going into about why you're going there, but
I'll tell him.
you're on a mission, a very important mission from the Empire to gather ingredients for healing potions because they're going to start a war off to the west, and how you've joined this mercenary band, the Wreckin crew, and just give them all this wonderful information, and they just seem completely enthralled in your story. Slightly concerned Well, no, they were concerned in the beginning until you told them that the Fairy Queen herself told you to do it.
Yep.
Then that sort of relaxes them a bit. And they're like, "So are you going tonight? Are you staying and going in the morning? What's the plan?"
Well, I think we're going tonight.
Oh, okay. I was hoping that you'd be staying longer. Well, you know where it is. Take a breath and go.
And I think it's probably a good idea if you guys come tonight. Because we might have been followed. We're not totally sure. But just to be safe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. We can do that. Let's go. And she goes and gets a jacket, and he goes and gets like a coat, and they proceed to walk over towards the well on the outside of the house.
Where's it at?
North side of the house.
Up here. Come see the invisible well.
You don't see it.
I don't see it.
Are you in a well?
Helps if I put it on the right layer.
Oh, there it is. Look at the well, guys.
I don't even see your mom and dad, do you?
Well.
Is it? Is
Yeah,
it?
they're on the right one. Okay.
Is it swell?
It's a swell well.
I'm in the well.
They bring you around to the north side of the house. There is like a 10-foot by 10-foot pool of water covered in rocks. It's got, like a little winch and a bucket attached to it. It looks like a very cared for but mundane well. Like it's the nicest thing in this house because the rest of the house, nature kind of let nature take over.
So
nature
we just need
sort of stays away from here.
Life finds a way.
So get in the bucket.
It's not like a person-sized bucket. It's like a water bucket.
Oh, well, I was talking to Ryan.
They're big.
So just out of curiosity's sake, because I brought the well out, I think while people were moving. Megan, are you in the well already on purpose?
Yes.
Okay. And what are you doing in the well? Are you just floating on it, in it, swimming?
I'm like sitting on the edge, kind of looking indignantly at Will, like, all right, let's go.
All right, cool. All right, so you're just dangling your feet in the water, kind of thing.
Indeed.
Cool. Will's parents look around and say, "Take a breath and go." And they just kind of look around at you guys.
I go.
All right, so Will steps around you, Megan, and just kind of like swan dives into the well and starts swimming down.
Good. I was gonna push him down.
Oh,
You can still do it.
No, that's okay. I won't really swimming.
All right, so Will, I need you to do two things for me. The first thing I need you to do is give me an athletics check.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay, and the next thing I need is a constitution check. Okay.
Fantastic.
So Will dives into the well and he starts swimming downward. And he, about 10 seconds into his swim, you guys lose sight of him. The water's not quite perfectly clear, and it looks like he's just swimming downward.
All right,
I jump in.
I'm going to look around for a rock or something heavy that I can carry to sink me down there. Dwarves float.
Megan, give me an athletics and a constitution check. And Nate, give me an investigation check.
You're gonna make a roll investigation to find a rock in a swamp.
All right, Megan jumps in and she starts swimming downward through the water.
Nate, yours is
I run
down
up-
with advantage.
I run up to the well, jump parkour style onto the ledge, backflip, and dive straight in.
You didn't get a 1. That's all I wanted to make sure. Yeah, you find a rock that weighs a decent amount to tie to yourself.
All right,
Um,
I pick it up and hop in the well.
all right, so both Nate and Chris go ahead. Athletics, Constitution. Nate, your DC will be a little bit lower because you're using the rock to help weigh you down.
Oh,
Who are those two again? Athletics and what?
Constitution.
It was a pretty dive, but my swimming's not too strong. I felt fire.
You parkoured a little further on the other side of the well. You kind of hit your head on the side of the rocks a little bit, then tried to shrug it off as you slowly sank/swam deeper.
I crash into him and force him the rest of the way down.
Yeah, Nate hit you on the way down and kind of just dragged you with him with his rock. All right, so that gets Megan, Nate.
This is where I got to end it, guys. Pass my bed.
And Will down.
Good night.
good
Good
night.
night, everybody.
Good night.
Choose.
Let's see. Mom
The mom. Come on,
does
Mom.
better than you. And Dad, who's a little weaker than Mom,
Mom and Dad sprites.
they do all right. Not the best, not the worst.
They're my sprites.
So it takes time, but eventually, no one failed miserably enough to create a problem. I'm gonna say that Chris with a 4,
Mine's not good.
Job with a 5, and the Constitution save wasn't even really that great either.
No. Because basically what I did was I stood on the edge of the well, I plugged my nose with my fingers, and I jumped.
Been expected to sink.
With
Doesn't
two
realize the
fingers
other
sticking straight up your nostrils.
We're gonna say that Job and Chris, you guys took 5 points of suffocating damage, essentially. Oh wait, I forgot to look at what these are probably all at disadvantage because you guys are exhausted.
Yeah, that wouldn't have messed with mine at all.
Yeah, because I think all these checks would be at disadvantage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm pulling up the chart real quick just to look. Yeah, disadvantage on all ability checks at level 1. Which means Nate actually got a 6. Chris was just as bad. Megan's fine.
At
Yeah,
least
we'll
I'm
make it.
consistent.
Yeah, I think Nate's the only one that would make a difference.
Yep, it only affects Nate. So Nate would also take
Because
6
he ran
points.
into me.
Yeah, Nate would also take 6 points of drowning damage. So I'll go ahead and mark that on his.
He drowned it.
I just drowned a little bit.
Yep. You just drowned a little bit.
Just a little.
Cool. And as you guys get down far enough into the water, it's a weird sensation. You almost feel like as you were swimming down, you all of a sudden start swimming up. It's the weirdest thing. Like you almost feel that point of change where it's no longer harder, but actually it gets harder for Nate because he's got the rock on him.
And he doesn't let go either.
He doesn't let go either. He brings that rock with him.
He's going to need it on the way back.
It was hard enough finding one that was going to be good for him. He doesn't want to lose it. And you guys managed to pop up out of a lake in a clearing of a foresty area.
Whee!
The air here, it's clean, but everything feels slightly different. Not bad, but you can definitely tell that you're not in Kansas anymore. Like it's just you can breathe fine. Yeah, you're not in Neffin anymore. You can breathe fine, but just you can tell there's something off. I don't know how to explain it in any other way other than just it's okay, but it just feels wrong. If that makes sense.
I don't smell any pollution.
That's part of it. Yeah, there's no the sounds are different, the smells are different. You know, the air quality is different. It's not bad per se. It's just different. And one by one, you guys come and you pop up out of this pond. And Mom and Dad are with you. I got to get their tokens.
Me too. I think I'm missing.
And you too. You're missing.
Unless I'm dead.
In this realm, your body hasn't got its head back yet.
Oh.
Gotta fix that one.
How's she free?
And that fixes that one. All right, so everyone should be here now, I think. Even the people that aren't. And Megan, if you do me a favor, I would like you to make me actually, Megan and Chris, make a perception check for me. Okay. Fair enough. All right, so the evening is yours at the moment. You guys have come out. The umbrella, unfortunately, didn't help you from getting wet when you had to swim through a pool, but you do still have one.
I think it's for the sun. It's a sunbrella.
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Set the night to music. Sweet music.
All right, so those of you who've been here before, where's a good place to camp? Can we just camp here? Should we go elsewhere?
There's a Burger King like about a mile west.
Oh, good. I wanted diarrhea.
Oh,
what's a burger?
It's a Faye thing.
Mom and Dad got to look around like, you guys have people that have been here before?
Have I been here before?
Oh, sorry. That was just a bad assumption on my part, I guess.
Have you? Not here specifically, but I will let you. I'll let you decide if you've been to the Feywild before or not.
Is the Fey Dark part of the Feywild, or is that like?
Not really. They're generally part of the Underdark.
Okay. I didn't know if the Fey Dark was like underground the Feywild or something.
Let me just dig for a second.
Dig down in there and see if you find something. Well, welcome everybody. Now we're here to get some herbs and spices.
Isn't it like 11 herbs and spices?
I think so.
Finger
While
looking
Megan's
good.
digging for information, if anyone wants to read some books that have some cool stuff dealing with basically the Feywild and the Summer and Winter Courts, the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher, the books Summer Night and White Night are really cool renditions of this whole kind of world.
We don't read books anymore, Chris. We just burn them.
That's what audiobooks are for.
Audiobooks are awesome.
I have had the hardest time reading one of the Dresden Files books, so I'm like 3 behind now. So I decided I'll just get it on audiobook.
Is he still writing them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And who's the
James Marsters narrates it.
Yeah, he's a good narrator.
Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, Dresden's not my thing, but he was a good narrator.
I love Dresden's. Like, I first discovered the TV show, and that got me into the books.
I read a couple of the books a long time ago. How many has he got now? It's like
quite a few.
17.
About there, yeah.
They were pretty good.
All right, guys. I think I have to follow in Nate's footsteps and head to bed.
No problem. We can pick this up again next week now that you guys have entered into the Feywild.
Yeah, this is a good spot.
Gives Megan a chance to
Remember-
dig for what she's looking for, unless she was actually meaning you were digging like in the ground.
Yes, I did. I was joking.
I thought you meant like you were looking for something.
No, you said it was underneath, so I said I'm digging.
I understand now.
That drow humor.
I got
That dry drow humor.
I got everybody to dive into my hole.
Your secret hole.
My secret hole.
You're
your
really
parents
wet,
know.
secret hole.
Oh.
It's better when it's wet, honestly.
Less
It's
change.
always better down where it's wetter.
Okay.
Good, I'm singing Disney.
That's true. There's nothing.
Will, were you singing better than Ezra earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that I got that right.
Yep.
Well, congratulations. Welcome to the Feywild. Good job at evading Baba Yaga.
And good job keeping your parents away or alive, Will.
Yeah, I kind of thought, I should probably keep my parents alive.
That was smooth. I didn't even think about that. I'm glad you did, because I would have thought about that sometime between now and next week.
I don't want them to die.
Well, there is one thing with the scrying spell. It's not like GPS locator. You get to see a very small area around the person. You're mostly just looking at the person you're scrying on, but that doesn't mean you know exactly where in the world they are. You just can kind of see like the basic idea of what's around them, and then you have to kind of guess what that area is.
Correct. It does follow them for like 10 minutes or something like that.
Right. We took more than 10 minutes to go. To jump in the well.
Yeah, it follows for 10 minutes. So I mean, you can kind of, you're right. It doesn't tell you like it's not longitude, latitude, but they could tell you're in a forest, you're in a clearing, you left this place. Maybe what direction you're traveling in based on shadows and other semi clues that are about. It's sort of like a really bad game of Marco Polo, where if you do it enough times, you can probably figure it out.
Yeah.
Right.
And you guys have heard over the past couple weeks how many times I've had Paul rolling will saves,
Yeah.
and he's failed every single one of them.
I think I was the first success for all of those.
You have been the first success.
Wow.
And only one. I don't get to say that in my real life, so I got to say it in game.
Oh, Chris, you're successful. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot a couple messages to Kevin, make sure he's okay. It's weird that he disappears the way he did.
I'm gonna stop streaming.
Yep, go ahead and stop the stream.
Bye.
Yeah, I
Thanks,
just stopped.
everybody.